Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, my Gimme More Golfers Client Business Caddy Academy community. Super excited to bring you another quick live here today, just demonstrating ways to understand what's going on in your business, areas of opportunity that you can work on, as well as what's working really well and what you can kind of put on the wayside in terms of what your objectives are for meeting your monthly, quarterly, and ultimately annually goals. So today, going to break down what key performance indicators I take a look at as I'm managing clients, as well as what you should definitely be looking at if you're marketing your business, if you're taking on new clients, if you're looking to ultimately grow, scale, hire. So without further ado, going to go ahead, share my screen. And for everybody that sticks around, definitely make sure to comment on the thread when I mention the keyword, and I will get you your own access to your own document that will help you analyze your data with plug and play numbers. So keep an eye out for that, and then just make sure to post in the comments below as well. If you're tuning in live, feel free to comment where you are tuning in from, what you do inside of your business. If you're catching the replay, please do the same. That helps me organize and prepare new content for you guys based on who's watching, who's getting value from this. So let's go ahead and share the screen. So when we're looking at data, I want to take a look at these numbers in the upper left-hand corner. This is for a date range for the last 30 days. So that's typically what at for getting a good picture, getting enough data points. So the key things that I'm looking at here are how many leads did we generate? How many new contacts or opportunities did we capture in the last 30 days? So that number is portrayed here. It's automatically pulled into this system. But if you don't have a business caddy software, what you can do is it should be tracked in some sort of your systems. If you don't have a system at all, I highly recommend looking into getting one. You can reach out to me and I'll give you my advice based on where you're at with your business. But in this instance, we're tracking all new contacts generated. So what this is from is new Facebook leads, new website leads, people that call in or enter their information on a email, anywhere that we're capturing data. If you can see over here, we have 31 from paid social. This is actually CRM UI. There was a little bit of a blip in Facebook's ads reporting. So this is actually from Facebook as well. Just had to manually enter that in. Then you can see 2 organic leads called in from the number on Google My Business, and 1 clicked on a link inside of an email campaign that we did. So able to not only see how many leads we generated, but where that traffic is coming from as well. So key statistic number 1, top of funnel, how many new contacts are we creating? Next statistics from that is how many of those contacts are we getting actually scheduled on our calendar for their first session. So what that number is our number of new evals booked. So number of new evals booked is the number of opportunities that we have created from these opportunities that we've generated in the last 30 days. So if hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. But the reason why we have expected evals completed and number of evals booked is because our expected evals completed is also including any evals that we might have gotten booked, say on August 18th, but they didn't actually have their scheduled date until August 22nd, for example. So that's why this number is a little bit higher here. And typically, just to give you a little bit of background on this, this should be a little bit higher. The reason why this rate, and we'll take a look at that in just a second with the doc that I'm willing to share for you guys, why this isn't as high as we would like it is because of that Facebook error reporting. But regardless, first thing we look at is number of contacts created. Then we're looking at how many of those contacts did we get scheduled for that month, our scheduling conversion rate. From there, we want to look at how many evals were supposed to take place for that time frame. So in this case, 11 evals were booked and created from digital within that time frame. So if 11 were supposed to take place, our next KPI is how many of those people actually showed up. So if we can see here, actual evals completed is 9. So what that tells me is 2 out of our 11 evals either canceled or didn't show up. Still tracking with me? Excellent. So far we've sourced and identified where our new opportunities are being created. We have developed a conversion rate for the number of schedules, or I should say the schedule rate. And then from there, we've also calculated our show rate for the number of evals that we have scheduled, what percentage are actually coming in for their first session. Our last KPI is our converted to new patients. So if we see here, this is 1 point higher than our actual completed evals. This is because we had somebody move over just a day late. But what this is telling me is out of the 9 actual completed evals, we had 9 conversions. So we went 9 for 9 with signing up new clients from our digital funnels, which is fantastic. Tons of more data to break down. Once we get into it here, you can see exactly how your Facebook ads are working, what your return is and everything there. But I want to dive into these numbers and how we can utilize them on a monthly basis to trend and identify, hey, are we in the green here? Do we need to work on this a little bit? Or is this an emergency? We need to absolutely focus on it. So if we take a look, hopefully you guys can see the Excel sheet here. I've created a few different formulas that allow us to identify where we're at. So one of the key performance indicators is our cost to schedule a lead. From there, how much does it cost to get a lead actually to show up? And then how much does it cost to get that lead to convert to a patient or to a client, I should say. So this is where our numbers come in handy. And there's other research tools here as well. So again, if you comment the word Eagle on this post and share where you're commenting from, I will send this over to you with a training video on how to utilize it so you can do your own ads research, whether it's based on number of new clients and revenue, or if it's based on your ad budget. There will be trainings on both of those concepts. But to bring it back in, how we utilize our monthly data here, we're going to take this number 50 and we're going to plug it into our leads generated. So just 50. From there, we're going to take a look at our expected evals completed, which is 11. How many of those evals actually showed up? Actual evals completed is 9. And then our conversions, we also filled in 9. Again, this is over reporting by one client, just due to this being recently installed. So now what that tells us here is conditionally, we're a little bit high, actually a lot of bit high. We're in the red, not even the orange, on what our cost per lead schedule is and our cost per show. Ideally, we want our cost for scheduled leads to be, I believe it's under $60, and then our show rate to be under $100. That's in the green. Close rate, however, because our conversion rate is so good here, is ultimately in the green where we want it to be. So if I were to optimize this data, if I were to come in and do an audit on this client, first places I would focus are this lead to schedule. This should be closer to 50%, 45 to 55% is what I see Facebook leads. Our show rate is looking pretty good. I would like to see that closer to 90%. So in order for us to get there, we would have to see our new lead schedules get bumped up quite a bit. So again, the training that I will provide for anybody that comments Eagle here on this post will get access to and understand how to manipulate this data even more. So for example, out of the 50 leads generated, say we got 20 of them, or let's say 15 of them scheduled. Okay, now our cost per schedule is doing okay because we got additional leads scheduled. However, we want to still get this show rate, this cost per show down. So ways that we can do that, we can either improve our show rate or we can get more schedules. So identifying it here, because we have such a small sample pool of 11 total evals booked and only 9 show, or I'm sorry, this would also increase because we have more schedules. So this would probably increase if we're based on 80% even, this would increase to 13. And then our show rate and our close rate costs are both in the green. That tells me as a marketer, I need to do a little bit better job in order to optimize. Nothing troublesome here. On $1,000 average case value, we're still looking at, a 9x return, but it tells me the area of opportunity here is to drive that cost per schedule down a little bit. So how do we do that? We optimize for ads, we generate more leads, or we generate more schedules from those already generated leads through reactivation and things like that. So many different marketing principles can feed into this. This is just at a high level showing you different Facebook ads data. And again, if you want access to this tool, feel free to comment the word Eagle, where you're from, and I'll shoot you over a direct message with the instructions on how to utilize it and how to make sure that it's reporting accurately for your business. But again, super excited to bring this out. Going to be implementing this with Google Data Studio here in a couple of weeks. Hope to have it finalized, but wanted to show you guys this first and foremost, that you can ultimately see exactly what you need to work on. So excited for you guys to get your hands on this, play around with it. Let me know what questions you have. Look forward to the next live video this weekend.